The lockdown was to end months ago, but here we are once again in the same boring circle. We're stuck in this loop of office work, running errands in between, doing more work, sleep, and repeat. What used to be a daily activity feels like an ordeal these days. What should I do? Should I exercise? Should I read? Should I upgrade my skill? Meet my friends? What were easy decisions before have now become a task due to the ongoing COVID situation. Hello there viewers, old and new. To the new ones, please hit that subscribe button. Today's video is on a different bike. Now normally you have seen me working on the GT or the KTM 390. Today I'm restarting a friend's bike. So it's been standing for almost a year, and I had started it a few months back and it was running fine, but then something's gone wrong. So the original plan was to just do an oil change, but if it's not starting, there's no point just changing the oil. So let's diagnose the problem, get it started, and then we'll move on to the oil change. So the bike isn't starting. There is some charge in the battery which I have seen with the neutral light coming on, but I don't think it's visible in this light. The petrol's flowing, so that's not a problem. Now the next thing we need to do is check the spark plug and whether there is any current flowing to the spark plug cable. So let's do that. So to check for the spark plug, if there's any current coming on this, what we're going to do is pull out the spark plug cap, and now this step needs to be done carefully. So you hold it close to the body and you have to kick it, and there should be a spark. Now do this very carefully, because if you touch any part of the metal part of the body, you're going to get a real nasty shock. So let's see if that happens. Also, please be careful to do it away from any fuel lines. You don't want to go kaboom. So key is on. Let's see now. Nope, not a single spark. So that means we need to open this up, check the coil, the ignition coil, and then the CDI unit to see which one's messed up. So we'll start by dismantling the tank and the seat. So this is the ignition coil from where the spark plug wire comes, and this is the CDI unit which sends current to the ignition coil. So we'll check both. So set your multimeter to resistance, and for the CDI we'll put the red electrode on the bottom right and the black electrode on the point beside it. Now from what I know, if the CDI is malfunctioning, the reading should be less than 400. So, but again, sometimes it shows the correct resistance, but it doesn't work. So let's see. this one on the right, and there you go. It's showing oops, showing 545, which means the multimeter says that this is in good condition, but as you have seen, there's no power coming to the spark plug. So what we shall do is we'll change the CDI as well as the coil and then see how it goes. Alright, so we got the two parts. This is the CDI unit. I'll leave the details in the description, and this is the coil. So the CDI unit is $450 and the coil was some 200 something, 270. Let's first fix the CDI unit. This is the problem with bikes being left in nature. Everything tends to clog up with sand, and in this case specifically red sand. Okay, connection's fairly simple. So the 2 points that go in this one goes this way. And it sits there. CDI sorted. Let's move on to the coil. Now the coils, 2 bolts are completely rusted, so I'm going to use my newfound tool, the impact driver. Let me show you guys. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see it clearly in this light, but these are the 2 screws holding the coil in place. Now I tried to open them the last time, which didn't work, so I sprayed some WD-40 and left it, which has been a week, but it's not going to, and if I force it, the cross will get, I'll spoil the threading on it. So I'm going to bring out the impact driver. Okay, so before using the impact driver, always make sure it's turning in the right direction. You want to turn anti-clockwise because you can set it to turn either direction. So if you want a video on that, let me know, but for now there we go. Number 1 is done. Now for number 2. And voila. This tool is so good. I just love it. Let's just remove the oh man, these are nicely rusted in place. So what I'm going to do is, when I put the screws back, I will spray in some WD-40 before I screw them in properly.
Okay, so I fit everything back, the new CDI, the new coil, and moment of truth, let's see if there's a spark. Make sure you're not touching any metal part while doing this. Next step, I went and got a spark plug for this one. So this one spark plug is the same as the Bajaj Boxer and it costs about 80 bucks. So you just go to the store and tell them you want it for the old CT100, the 2006 model, or you tell them the Boxer spark plug, you'll get it. So let's put it and hopefully the bike starts. We'll just quickly get the old spark plug out. One thing we could do is plug it in here and let's kick and see if it gives off any spark. Doesn't look like it. So finally it started. Can you hear it? It finally started. So it wasn't starting with a kick, so I finally put it in the second gear. I pushed it and ran with it, and that's why I'm a bit out of breath. But finally the bike started. So it was the entire electrical system, including the spark plug, the coil and the CDI. Phew, it's really hot and humid today. So as you can see, the bike started, everything is running fine now. In the next video, I shall change the engine oil, I'll tighten up the brakes a bit, and the way it's idling, I think the carb needs cleaning because it's been standing for almost a year. So I'll do that and then the bike should be absolutely good as new. Though I have a feeling the brake pads might be totally worn out because they seem to be at the final indicator of the wear indicator. So that's it for today. If you like this, as usual, hit that subscribe button, share this with other friends who might have this really simple bike, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Dream on, ride on, and helmet always on.